Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love the Texas Longhorns or college football in general, as much as I do. Obviously, you can look in my wall. I got this over here. That's right. But yeah, I really think Texas fans, not the players, the Texas fans should be terrified of the idea of having to go to Alabama in week 2 with everything on the line. Everything is on the line in this game for Texas. Look, Nick Saban is a guy that has a lot of pressure as well because he's coming off a disappointing year, according to the regular Alabama standards. You know what I mean? Most teams would dream to be 11-2 with a Sugar Bowl win, with a top 10, top 5 finish, but it don't work that way, for some of us. But for Texas, I'm terrified of the idea that Alabama is hosting Texas, because last year we had a pretty good football team. We hosted Alabama. Alabama clearly wasn't ready to play Texas. Not that they weren't ready, but they didn't take them as seriously as they should have. Bryce Young brought them back and won the game for them. We still couldn't win that game. Still could not win that game. So that worries me a little bit, saying as so far as if we can't beat them here, what makes me think we're going to beat them over there? Here's the thing. Bryce Young is gone. Will Anderson is gone, among other pieces. But it's Alabama. Alabama's always ready. They're always really good, especially at home. They haven't lost a home game in 4 years, since 2019 when they lost to Joe Burrow. Before that, they lost to Chad Kelly and Ole Miss in 2015. Outside of that, those 2 games, they never lose at home. Never. All right, and the last 2 times Nick Saban has faced Texas, he's whipped them twice, both times, national championship and this past year. I know Texas, we have a lot of talent coming back. We got a lot of more familiar faces coming back than Alabama does. We can say that, but it's Alabama. It's Nick Saban. Here's the thing, like I talked about before, if Texas loses this game, if they lose this game, they lose any chance, any hope, okay? The rest of their schedule, they should win the rest of their schedule. Talent-wise, you know how college football is. If they can't beat Alabama when they're reeling like they are right now, that's not good. Because Texas needs to win a big game against a big-name opponent like Alabama to earn respect. Texas, you guys have not been elite. You guys have not been great in a long, long time. So, in order to earn that respect, in order to reach that level of respect, relevancy, you have to beat Alabama. Alabama can lose this game at home. They could still win the rest of their games. They're better than everybody else they're playing in the regular season. Okay? It's easier for Alabama to lose a game and to win out for them to make the playoffs than Texas, because Texas doesn't really have that respect. They could say, okay, Alabama lost, but then they beat ranked LSU probably. They beat ranked Texas A&M. They beat ranked Auburn. Auburn might be in the top 25 by the time they play. Who knows? They lost to Texas, but it was close. Texas lost to Alabama. Who else did they play that's ranked? Oklahoma State hasn't been very good. Oklahoma's still rebuilding, so we don't count that as a big win. They don't ever beat them anyway. That's why they're beating them out, because they're not very good. Who else Texas beat? Alabama deserves to be in the playoffs. They won't beat Alabama again. People are going to say that, So, really, Texas needs this win. Because if they lose, it sounds like they beat Alabama. If they lose to Alabama, they can't beat anybody else really that good in the top 5, top 10. Let's be honest. TCU, maybe, because they're rebuilding their team. They're getting more pieces than what they already had. But that's besides the point. So really, if I'm a Texas fan, I'm terrified of the idea that Alabama has to play us at Alabama this year. Here's the thing. Alabama's always had players. They always have guys ready to play. So it doesn't matter who leaves or who comes, who goes. Alabama is Alabama. Nick Saban is Nick Saban. That's just the way it is. I'm nervous about that game. I personally don't think Texas is beating Alabama. There you go. I've already made a prediction on that game from early on. But I'm going to make another one, obviously, during the summer probably, and right before the actual game itself. So you get to see 3 prediction videos. Probably the same 3 predictions from me, but we'll see. I know we got players, but Quinn Ewers didn't really impress me. Texas' defense played great, but the offense, now you don't have B. John Robinson. That worries me. So, as a Texas fan, I am terrified to play Alabama in week 2. I really am.